Hello everyone! Welcome to tonight's live stream. I hope you're having a great day. Hi Allie, you did it. You made it. I see you. We are gonna work on this blanket for a little bit. I am just gonna do probably an hour live stream tonight. I low-key have a lot of things that I was not able to get to before this live, and I need to get them done. So we're probably just gonna pop on for about an hour tonight. I also have dinner heating up in the kitchen, and I just heard a weird noise. So I'm gonna go check on that real quick and make sure that nothing is exploding or on fire. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that, friends. Oh. Hello, Christina and Jillian. Welcome. Okay. I was like rushing a lot to get here to this live. Trying to make sure I had everything done. And now here we are, and I need to take a deep breath. And I need to reset. And just like chill, because that is what we're doing. We're chilling. We're not trying to be crazy. What am I caught on? Okay. And I was gonna maybe try and have another project to work on, something that is a little bit more maybe exciting than this blanket, but I just did not have time to get a new thing together, and so we're just gonna work on the blanket tonight. Hi, Kim. What we worked on last time, when we were live last week, was the hanging hat organizer for Michael. And what I finished in that live was like a square. It was like about this big, right? I have greatly expanded the length of it. And actually, it might be ready to move on to the next step, but that was what I just didn't have time to like really look into it and take measurements and set it all up. So that's why we're not working on this tonight, but I'll show you because we did make a lot of progress. Can't even get it all in the shot. Well, not even if I zoom out all the way. So, ooh, right? Once I got the hang of the stitch pattern and like the row repeats, this built up really fast. So, fold it in half. That's where we're at. And the next part, once I get to the length that I want, is to add the straps that hold the hats in place. But you attach right onto this and make the straps and then attach it to the other side. And I'm just not ready to fasten off this yarn yet because I need to take measurements and figure out if I have enough length to add on the amount of straps that I want. And I just, like I said, I just didn't have time to set that all up tonight. So we're going to work on the blanket instead. But there's your update. That's what we're looking like here. And I'm excited to finish this this project. Hi, Rhea. And if you weren't here last week, if you didn't see what this pattern looks like, I'll show you the photo on the pattern in just a second. How did I just manage to put a knot in this? Mobby. Oh Lord, I put a knot in my yarn. And all of the fibers are like separating. Come on, man. I'm like not pulling at the right thing and it doesn't want to. What the heck, dude? Did it like somehow knot through the strands or something? Okay, thank you. Jeez Louise. That was just stupid. There we go. Okay. Jeez. So, this is what we're making, if you missed it the first time around. And I think I'm at the point where I'm ready to do straps, but I need to make sure that my length is right. Hi, Amanda. Welcome, welcome. And Holland. So, that's not what we're working on tonight. We're going to work on this blanket. If you're just joining, tonight is going to be a shorter live than usual. I've been doing like a 2-hour live stream. We're going to do a 1-hour live stream tonight because I have several things that I still need to get done this evening that I was not able to get done before we went live. So I'm going to have to finish them after we wrap up the live. I did also already schedule next week's live. So if you want to hit the little like notify me button and get a reminder when I go live. Alternatively, you can just tap the bell for notifications and then you'll just get a notification whenever I go live. But I will drop the link to that future live stream in the chat at some point here. I should have, it might still be copied. It might still be the last thing I copied. Let's see. Nope, it is not. All right, I'll have to find it later. This blanket is getting pretty big, by the way. That's where we're at with the length. It's coming along. What are you guys up to this evening? Are you crocheting right now? I'm dragging my mouse off the desk with my blanket. And I'm at the point where it's just like in the way and annoying. But I'd love to know if you're working on anything right now. What did I do here? Today has been a productive day for me. Working in number 15 of at least 20 plant hangers. Dang, Kim. You really just like went for it. I love that for you. Digging out the stitch marker supplies. Ooh, fun, Holland. Do you have specific stitch markers planned that you're gonna make? I'm knitting another pair of socks because I am obsessed. Ria, what colors are we working with? This is the only crochet that I've done today, is working on this blanket on and off, kind of in between tasks. That's right, Mother's Day. I knew you were doing something, like, I knew it was making a bunch for something for church, but I couldn't remember what the occasion was. Okay, Mother's Day. That's so cool. I love it. So this morning, Michael and I were really bummed. We've been doing our Monday morning little breakfast date, and we were so excited because we had planned to go to Glass Onion Griddle, our favorite brunch place. And we're driving there and we're pulling up, and I realize both of us completely forgot that they're closed on Mondays. We're like getting close, and there's like quite a bit of parallel parking in front of the restaurant, and it's usually pretty tough to find an open spot there, and there were no cars, and I was like, oh no, we forgot they're closed on Mondays. So we had to go plan B, and we ended up going to just basically a Coney Island, and it was good, but there's like a specific sandwich that they make at Glass Onion, and I was so excited to eat it, and I didn't get to have it. I was sad. Okay, so nothing specific planned, Holland. Just gonna make what looks pretty for now. Want to increase the stock so I can maybe do a drop sale and show everyone I'm back. I love that, Holland. I've got Get Knit Faced in CO's Resist colorway right now. Is that the same one you were working on before? It sounds familiar. Very pretty, like blue with white sections and the occasional black and red speckles. That sounds fun. Making pockets for my hexagon cardigan. I plan on finishing it tonight no matter what. I use your lives as my dedicated crochet time. Well, I'm glad we can crochet together for a bit. Not crocheting, but hanging out while I clean up my kitchen. Welcome, Amy. Good on you for cleaning your kitchen. As you can see, we are almost done with this cake. For everybody who's just joining, first of all, welcome. Hi, how are ya? And I just want to let you know tonight's live is going to be a little bit shorter than the ones we've been doing. I have been doing like 2-hour live streams, but tonight we're just going to do 1 hour. I have quite a to-do list, and I did not get to everything before the live, so I need to give myself a little more time this evening after I'm done to get a few more things finished. Hand my bell, Holland, coming back soon. Yeah, Holland, you'll have to report back in our live next week and let everybody know if you have some stitch markers ready to go. We're gonna just use the live as accountability. By next week's live, we want to see some Holland stitch markers. So we did find a place to go for breakfast. I have not been ordering breakfast food when we've been going out for breakfast dates because we've been over this many times. I'm not a big breakfast food person. So I ended up getting a club wrap. And it was good. Just like a, tortilla wrap with turkey and bacon and lettuce and tomato and cheese. And it also came with some fries. And I had half of it at breakfast time, and then I had the other half at lunch, and it was great. It was delicious. I was trying to say delicious and delectable at the same time. It was delectable. Deliciable. Delicious. It was good. It tasted good. Oh, well, I was basically doing an ad for you, Holland. I was saying we're going to use my live as accountability, and next week's live, we want to see some Holland stitch markers available. What's for dinner tonight, you guys? Some of you may have already eaten. Some of you may not have eaten yet, depending on what time zone you're in or when you normally eat. I have food heating up right now. I've been trying to eat before the live, but it really snuck up on me today, and I didn't have enough time to get things made beforehand. So I have some Hawaiian rolls that I've been trying to use up as sliders. So I have some already cooked, like pulled chicken on the stove right now with some barbecue sauce heating up. And then I bought a little thing of coleslaw. So I'm going to do like a pulled chicken and coleslaw slider. And I also have some green beans heating up on the stove too. So we'll do green beans with it. Very, very simple. Tater tot casserole and Polish sausage with pierogi. Those both sound delightful. So poor Miss Murdoch is almost a week post-op. She was spayed last week and is still healing up. Everything's going well. Like, she's not having any issues, but the incision definitely still needs some time to heal. So we've got her in the cutest little recovery suit rather than making her wear the cone of shame. Since, at least for Duncan, the cone did not work. She would always find a way to Houdini out of it. So they're like little onesies for cats, basically. We had bought some for Duncan, and it was the only thing that seemed to work to keep her from getting at her incision. So we planned to do the same with Murdoch. We ended up having to buy a larger size because the ones that we had left over from Duncan was smaller. She was younger when we got her fixed. Murdoch is a little bigger and a little older than Duncan was. So we had to buy the larger size. And of course she hates it. Like, no cat is going to enjoy wearing clothes unless they're just a weird little quirky cat or they were raised from birth wearing clothes. So she hates it, but she does look super cute in her little recovery suit. And it also kind of like forces her to be in chill mode. Because as soon as you take that suit off, she just is like torpedoing around the house. Like, she just wants to tear around. And obviously, since she's still healing, we don't want her to be running around. She's not supposed to be running and jumping and doing all the things that she absolutely wants to do. And most importantly, like, she would be licking at the incision, which can cause infection and all kinds of yucky stuff that we do not want to happen. So once the suit goes on, she like immediately chills out. So she's been sleeping a whole lot, which is obviously good for her recovery and her healing. And she also is extra snuggly. If you place her on yourself, she basically is just like, yeah, okay. And then she just like falls asleep on top of you. So we've been having lots and lots of snuggles this past week. And like I said, tomorrow will be 1 week because we took her in for her appointment Tuesday morning last week. And I think the piece of paper says 7 to 10 days for recovery time. And I do think we're going to have her probably wear the suit for a few more days because the incision, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look abnormal. It just seems to be taking a little bit longer to like fully heal up. And I do not want to risk any kind of infection or her being able to like mess with it at all. So she's miserable, but I would much rather her be miserable than truly miserable from like getting an infection or us having to take her back in to get the stitches fixed or take medicine for an infection. Like I'm not doing any of that. So the suit stays for now. Dinner was bunless hot dogs because we use what we have. There you go. Yeah, I'm kind of in a use what we have moment tonight as well because I totally forgot with this barbecue pulled chicken sliders that I planned to make. I completely forgot that I was running super low on barbecue sauce. So the chicken is not going to be as saucy as I would like it to be. And Michael has his barbecue sauce. I told him he could certainly add more to like his own plate, but his barbecue sauce is super spicy. So I could maybe stand to add a little bit of it. Like if it was mixed in with my own barbecue sauce, I could probably handle a little bit, but not very much because his favorite barbecue sauce is way above my spice tolerance. Oh my goodness. Emergency surgery. I am so afraid of that with Duncan. She loves to chew on hair ties. It's so bad. Why do they like doing that? I'm so glad your kitty's okay. I do not understand what compels them to want to eat this stuff it's like, I guess it's the texture of it, but it's like, why? Why do you always want to eat these things that are so bad for you? I try to make sure that my hair ties are like inaccessible, but every once in a while, you know, she still manages to get a hold of one. Luckily, she doesn't like fully eat them, but she does like to chew on them, and you know, it's always possible. We can tell she's doing better because she doesn't want cuddles anymore. That's funny. I want to know how they find them when they're hidden, right? So was your, like, what were the signs? How did you figure out that, was she just like throwing up or not wanting to eat? I'm just wondering how you knew, like, oh, we need to take her in, something's wrong. Just in case I ever need to watch for those signs, God forbid. Oh, that's so sweet. Anytime people tell me like, oh, my kids love listening to the podcast, like they just love your voice or whatever, I'm like, that is like one of my favorite like bits of feedback to get. That's so precious. Hello, hello. I should probably go stir the food that's on the stove here pretty soon. We'll do it when we get to the end of this row. just to let you guys know, for those who are just joining, first of all, hello, hi, welcome. So glad that you're here. Let us know if you're crocheting anything at the moment. Secondly, today's live is going to be a little shorter. I normally like to do about 2 hours, but we're going to do 1 hour today, which means I'm going to be heading out at about 7:30 my time. I just have a lot to get done today, and I was not able to get done everything before my live, so I need to head out a little earlier than usual so I can make sure to have enough time to do what I need to do. Hi, Debbie. Didn't wake you up for breakfast. Yeah. Well, it sounds like you're very in tune with your cat's like schedule and habits, and obviously the throwing up thing is, you know, a pretty big sign as well. But I'm glad your kitty's okay. You're making the kelp hat. Cute. I have not made one of those, but they are really cute. Hi, Margarita. Welcome. Well, I don't want to disturb Murdoch. She's in the other room sleeping on my bed. The one thing that she's been absolutely loving during her recovery time is the big electric heated blanket that we have. So she's been spending lots of time curled up on that heated blanket. And you guys, Duncan has been so precious with her. Basically, like the moment we brought her home from surgery, Duncan has practically not left her side the whole time. She's been sleeping next to her, staying next to her. It's so precious to see. So last time I checked, they were both curled up on the bed up there. In the car making a star blanket. Fun. Love a star blanket. I've not made one, but I love seeing everybody else's star blankets. Glad I caught you live. Yes, glad you were able to make it. Anyway, I will show you guys a picture. I've taken so many pictures of Murdoch the last few days because she's so cute in her little outfit. So I'll show you a couple of pictures of her being all cute. I'm going to finish this row. I'm going to go stir my food on the stove real quick, make sure nothing's burning. And then I will show you some pictures of the kitties. Because if there's one thing I'm going to do, it's show people pictures of my cats. You know what I mean? Hello, April. Welcome. Working on a Yorkie. Like an amigurumi of a Yorkie dog? Or is that a pattern that I'm not familiar with? Ooh, we're so close to finishing off this cake. And I'm trying to remember if this is cake 2 or 3. I don't remember. I think it's cake 2. Which would mean that we've got a pretty decent amount of blanket out of... I mean, they're large. They're the, like, jumbo Super Savers. But I could be wrong. This might be the 3rd. Yes, a dog. Okay, great. That sounds like a fun project. April's making keychains. Cute. We've got such a fun variety of projects being worked on tonight, guys. I love it. I still only have 2 WIPS going currently. This blanket, obviously. And the hanging hat organizer that I started on last week's live. I have made some good progress on it. I showed it at the very beginning of this live, but I can show it again for anybody who joined more recently. If you want to see it, I can show it to you. I basically just added length to it. I haven't really... it doesn't look that much different other than I've just made it longer. I'm at the point now where I need to take some stitch markers and kind of make some measurements and see if it's the length that I want it to be. And if it is, then I need to mark out the placement of the straps that actually hold the hats in place and start crocheting the straps. And then once I do the straps, I crochet it onto a wooden dowel and it's ready to go. So I do anticipate that I should be able to finish that project maybe sometime this week. And then we'll be moving on to other things. Oh, so it's a crochet kit. That's cool. Okay, I am going to go check on my food in the kitchen on the stove real quick. Give everything a quick little stir. And then I will be right back. This is at like the darkest part of the yarn now. That's so pretty. Okay, be right back. Do do do. Okay, I'm back. I'm back and I have cute pictures of Murdoch in her little recovery suit. So it's a 3-pack and they come in different colors and she looks cute in all of them. So this is her in the little pink one. She was sitting on Michael's lap on his break today. This is her also sitting. She really just loves being with Michael. She's such a daddy's girl. This is her in her blue one. I came in to come to bed at night and I found them like this. He's laying on the bed on his stomach and she's on his back. And this is how the two of them have been just ever since I brought Murdoch home from surgery. They've just been like inseparable. Anyway, they're so cute, right? I'm biased. I know I'm biased. But they are really cute. Okay. My goal is going to be to finish off this cake of yarn. And I think I can do it before I need to go. And they are still both sleeping on the bed when I walked by just a minute ago. I actually need to get Murdoch some dinner too after I'm done. So, some of you may have seen this in the wild. Some of you may have not seen it yet, or may not see it depending on what social media platforms you're on. But I just started a few days ago a new advertising campaign for Berg Box Quarterly, specifically the spring box. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. And I've already had 3 new subscriptions from that ad campaign, which is fantastic. So I'm asking my crochet friends, if you happen to come across that ad in the wild, it's on Facebook and Instagram. If you wouldn't mind engaging with it, leaving a comment. If you are a subscriber to Berg Box Quarterly, for sure, like I'd love if you left, like on Facebook, you can leave a photo comment, obviously. I'd love if you would leave a comment and just kind of a little shout out, a little review, a little recommendation, something like that. Because a lot of people, rightfully so, have a sometimes low trust in Facebook ads because there's a lot of scammy companies out there. And I want people to see that, like, hey, there are real people in the comments who have purchased this box and enjoy it, and it's like a legit thing, you know? And even if you're not a subscriber, a comment of just saying like, wow, this looks cool, or, you know, something like that is also helpful. So I really appreciate that. If you do happen to see one of those ads, any engagement with that is always helpful. Ooh, that's cold water. Very cold. Come on. Oops. There we go. Oh, it's getting close. I hope it gets to you so soon. Thank you. Haven't seen the ad yet. You know, it's funny, like, once the ad starts kind of making the rounds, I will see it on it comes up on my own profile, or my own, like, timeline as I'm scrolling. And I just now started to see it. It's popped up on my feed a couple of times. It definitely takes some time to, like, find the right audience. So it's slowly starting to pick up traction a little bit. Ooh. So somebody had mentioned, I don't remember who it was or if they're in this live, but they were also working with the Red Heart Super Saver Ombre. And they were asking me if I had dealt with the yarn being kind of like sticky, tacky. And at the time, the cake I was working with had a little bit of tackiness. But texture stuff doesn't usually bother me too much with yarn. So it's kind of like yeah, even if it is a weird texture, I just, like, it doesn't bother me that much. This cake especially, though, is very tacky. Like, it's even getting kind of stuck running through my, I have this weird, like, kind of gummy residue that gets left on my fingers. I know it'll be fine. Like, once I wash it and dry it, it'll be fine. But working with it, man, this cake especially seems to be worse than the other one or two that I've worked with so far. But we're just powering through because it is really pretty. It's just kind of annoying to deal with. Yeah, like, I don't know why this yarn specifically, like, what are they doing to this yarn that it has this, like, tacky, gummy feeling to it? Good evening. Welcome, welcome, Beth. Hello.
Did you have food already?
I have not eaten yet, no. Hi, Mary Jo. Is there a max number of boxes that you think you're able to put together? So I made 160 for this season of subscription boxes. Margarita, I think I need a little more context. I'm not sure if I just like moved on to a different topic in my brain and I'm having a hard time figuring out what you were saying in connection to whatever I was saying. Kim, you are good to post a video if you would like. I just posted my first video. Like this whole week, I'm going to be doing on my social media. Each day, I'm like showing off a new item in the box. So I'm always putting like a little bit of a light spoiler alert at the beginning, so that if people are still kind of thinking about it, they can. Or if they, for some reason, haven't gotten their box yet, they can scroll. So, you know, maybe put a light spoiler warning at the beginning, but I think we're kind of officially past the window of having to be, like, super careful about not showing anything. Thank you. Oh, so maybe there was a little bit of confusion there. So I actually don't know I don't know what company that is. I'm talking about the spring edition of my own crochet subscription box. So I do one every season. A spring, summer, winter, fall. I did not just say those in order. But anyway, the spring edition of my crochet subscription box is what just released a few weeks ago. That's all right. I just wanted to make sure I was tracking with what you were talking about. Bethy, I fully support that decision. I went into a roller coaster tycoon rabbit hole a little bit ago, and I was like, oh, the nostalgia is hitting. For anybody who has just joined kind of recently, I am doing a little bit of a shorter live tonight. I actually am gonna end up needing to go in about 5 minutes. I know it feels so short. I usually do like really long live streams. I usually go for about 2 hours. We're just doing an hour tonight because I have a handful of things that I have not been able to get to today yet that I need to get done tonight. So it is gonna be a shorter one today. I do have next week's Crochet Live already scheduled, so if you want to hit that notify me button, I will actually go ahead and drop it in the chat in just a second here. I just gotta grab the link so I can copy and paste it for you. Copy link. All right. So there's the link to next week's live. If you would like to hit that notify me button, you'll get a notification when I go live so you don't miss any of it. And we will try and plan a little better next week so that I can go live longer and not have unfinished tasks hanging above my head. Also, if you have not yet watched my newest vlog, I crocheted a whole outfit for a Portugoose in 2 days. It is a fun vlog, and you should go watch it. if you haven't yet. This is a shorter live, so instead of another hour of live, you can go watch my almost hour-long vlog where I make a porch goose outfit. Did you get yourself some dinner, Michael? Oh, this is my dinner?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, wait. Did you get food for you?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I just brought that so you could put it on there.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that. So.
Wow. What a nice man. So this is what I whipped up, although he brought me the whole container of coleslaw. Some barbecue pulled chicken sliders. I'm gonna add the coleslaw onto the sandwich because that's how I like it. And I'm probably gonna doctor up these green beans with some garlic powder and salt and stuff. But yum. I'm excited to eat that, which I will do once I'm done with this live in a couple of minutes. Now I want to get a porch goose to crochet cute outfits for. Right, Amanda? Like, this is the only proper response to seeing such amazing crochet patterns that are out there. I saw it and loved it. Thank you, Mary Jo. Porch goose video was so cute. I'm so glad you went with that pattern. Yeah, it was definitely the right move. It's funny, like, hindsight is 20/20, right? Because the pattern that I was sort of entertaining the idea of, the Easter basket one, like, I'm now knowing how down to the wire it was to make that rain jacket and hat one. The amount of time, like, there's no way I would have been able to finish that other one in time. So I'm really glad that I didn't pick the more complicated one. But do I want to make that for myself? For my own porch goose? Yeah. Yeah, you bet I do. But just imagine, you know, if I got my own porch goose, it would be like an endless source of vlog content. Every new season, every new holiday, well, I already know what my video is going to be. It's going to be making a new outfit for my porch goose. If you guys haven't watched the video yet, I made a porch goose outfit as a commissioned piece. So it wasn't for myself, but making a porch goose outfit for someone else made me really, really, really want to get a porch goose for myself so that I could make all of the fun outfits and have a reason to make them. Whoops. Oh, you guys, we're so close to finishing up this cake. We might as well just like use it up, right? Just use it up real quick. Let's just do that. Hello from Portugal. Well, hello from Michigan. Thank you for joining. We're gonna be done in just a few minutes, unfortunately, but I'm glad you popped in to say hi. Oh, Miss Duncan. Can you guys hear? Can you guys hear her? What is it, girly? Tell me, please. Oh, there's Dunka. Oops, wrong way. There's the dunk. The blinds are... I had to pull them closed because I was recording a video and it was totally washing me out, the backlight. But there's still enough for you to see out the window. Yay, I caught alive. I've actually been crocheting along during the replays. Well, now you will be in the replay, my friend. I am unfortunately signing off in just a few minutes. But we're gonna stay until I use up the rest of this. Also, if you see just above in the chat there's a link that I posted. That is next week's live. And if you guys want to make sure that you can come to that one and you don't want to miss it, if you click on that link and hit the notify me button, you'll get a notification when I go live. That way, if you're worried about like forgetting or missing it, you will hopefully see the notification and be able to jump in. But we're pretty much doing the same schedule. Mondays at 6:30 Eastern. And typically I'll be going live for more like 2 hours. That's kind of my normal. But this week I just needed to do a shorter live because I got some things that I need to get done that I haven't gotten done yet today. Ooh, you guys, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. And this food is sitting next to me looking very delicious, but I just wanna finish this little bit of yarn that's left. And end this live before I start stuffing my face. Anybody that has hung out with me during hot cocoa bomb season, we know how people feel about eating during lives. Hey. Is there like a deceiving amount of yarn on this? I feel like I've been looking at this tiny amount for forever and it doesn't feel like it's getting any smaller. Heaven forbid you feed yourself. I know, right? All right, we're really getting down to it now. We're getting there. And I have no clue what we're going to be working on next week. I'll try and make it another WIP other than this blanket, because we worked on this blanket a few times. And obviously I know the vibe is mostly like just hanging out and chatting and like, oh, we're both working on a project kind of a thing. So I know it's not necessarily like it's completely dependent on the crochet project itself. It's more about the environment and hanging out and chatting. But I do want to keep it interesting too. So, and I think that, I mean, I'm going to hope that I'm finished with the hanging hat organizer by next week. because it's pretty close to being done. I just need to kind of tie up those loose ends and figure out where I want to do the strap placement and everything. But I'm not sure what is going to be after that. Probably mandalas. So maybe we'll be working on a mandala next week, which those I feel like are really fun to watch live because they're colorful, they're really visually interesting. The stitches that you do are usually really cool. So a mandala would be a fun project to work on in our next live. Come on. I know, finally, Holland, after like over a year of trying to get this project finished. Ridiculous. Miss Duncan? What is it, my girl? She's yelling at me over there. What? What do you see? Brr. What? Brr, me. You guys probably can't hear her from over there. You're so noisy. You're gonna come over here and try to eat my coleslaw is what you're gonna do. I know you. There you go, Helen. Oh my goodness, my girl. It really does feel like this is the yarn that never ends. How are we still crocheting with this cake of yarn? My girly. Oh, thank you for nudges. Do you guys ever make rules that like are just for yourself? Like your brain comes up with a rule and you're like, okay, well I have to do that thing now, even though nobody's actually making you do that thing. That's how I feel about this. In my mind, I was like, I should finish up this yarn before I end this live and before I eat dinner. And now I'm like super hungry, but my brain won't let me end the live and eat dinner until I finish off this yarn, even though it's taking longer than I thought it would. We really are starting to get down to the bottom, though. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Okay, it's gonna go faster at this point if I just take it off of the spindle. Like, why do we do this to ourselves? Although, I mean, it makes sense. My hands are slightly sticky from this weird yarn residue, and it would just make more sense to just finish this off, know that I'm done with it for tonight, wash my hands, and then I can eat dinner. So it's not totally nonsensical, but it's a little nonsensical. My girl. No, you don't need to go. You don't need to go in the closet. Exactly. Like who are you going to get in trouble with? Myself? I will be disappointed in myself? Miss Duncan. You're very noisy and very loud. Oh my goodness. Oh my girl. You want to come up? Okay. I make room for you. Come on. Come on. Ah, no, you did not just go to the other side of my foot. After I just made room for you on this side. Up, up. Up, up. Here she comes. Here she comes. There she is. She's a big girl. Sorry. Cat baby talk incoming. She loves to be smacked. All right, friends. I do think we are in the final few stitches here. So, with that, I will say thank you so much for joining me on this live. It was a short and sweet one. It was fun. And we did make some good progress here. We finished up this cake, which is fantastic. If you haven't yet watched my newest vlog, I make a really cute porch goose outfit in just a couple of days, and I think it's a fun one. So go and check that out. If you're sad that the live isn't longer and you want to keep hanging out with me, you can keep hanging out with me over my channel and watch my newest vlog. And if you haven't gotten your spring crochet subscription box yet, I have a little tower of all of the boxes that are still available over here, and I would love to send you one. And you can check it out on my website, which is right there. That's really hard to do. The angles are super weird. I'm going to go enjoy my dinner. Thank you guys for hanging out. I will see you next Monday at 6:30 Eastern. And I hope you have a great rest of your week. Goodbye.